One thing that I'll give the Democrats credit for, and yes, I call out the Democrats for this because it's always their policies, but one thing I'll give them credit for is their ability to take radical policies that are not getting support and find a way to implement them in some backhanded way to make sure that they get what they want, but never really tell you it's what they wanted. So, for example, you may have known on the Green New Deal proposed by AOC, there were things like guaranteed housing and guaranteed income for people who were unwilling to work. Now, she's removed that since she had released it, but it's telling you that they want a universal basic income, and they being the Democrats. You don't see many Republicans, if they do anything at all, and I'll call them out for doing nothing, but if they do anything, they're usually calling for some sort of individual responsibility. Go and do something yourself. We don't always need to help you. It's the Democrats who say, nope, we need to be giving people money every single month. We need to make sure that they have housing. Now, we did face a pandemic, and the housing example was the fact that they stopped mortgages, and that actually did start under Donald Trump. And a pandemic, if you're going to tell me there's any time to make sure that people are not getting evicted, it would be during a pandemic. But it did make me think, when are they going to stop this? When are they going to allow for mortgages to start up again? Because they kind of kept pushing it back. And it made me think, is this just a way to get people guaranteed housing? Now, it's not near guaranteed. You still have homeless people who don't have housing. But it is a way for impoverished families to have guaranteed housing. If you can't get evicted, even if you're not paying, well, that's guaranteed enough for me. Now, when it comes to universal basic income, that one's a bit harder. You gotta find ways to make it so you're not just giving people money, it needs to be for a reason, which leads me to this story here. President Biden, most Americans will start receiving monthly payments from the government on July 15th. What they also do very well, the Democrats, is anytime they want to implement one of these policies, well, they do it in a way that you can't argue against it. It seems like they're doing nothing but being good and empathetic. They're just making sure you don't get evicted during the pandemic, even though, you know what, that's at the cost of the owner of the home. Now, sometimes it's a bank, other times it is a landlord, and that landlord who is not receiving rent because you made sure rent didn't have to be paid, well, that building is going to start falling apart slowly but surely. Might be over a course of 10 years, but if they're not getting enough money because people aren't paying it and they cannot get rid of those people for people who will pay it, well, the building is going to start to suffer. The landlord will not have money to pay it, and then over enough time, the entire building is worth nothing, including the apartment that you've had guaranteed forever. Same thing with money. If you guarantee people money, over enough time that money will be worth nothing because you cannot create value out of nothing. Money itself is not valuable. It's a piece of paper. Bitcoin, on the other hand, has some sort of value because it is a limited resource. I heard it put this way one time. It was just a meme my coworker was telling me, and it was big group of monkeys. Monkey have one banana. Banana worth a lot. Monkey find another tree with million banana. Banana worth nothing. If you keep printing money, then the money is worth nothing. Let's read the story. For those with children, the American Rescue Plan increased the child tax credit from $2,000 per child to $3,000 per child for children over the age of 6, from $2,000 to $3,600 for children under the age of 6, and raised the age limit from 16 to 17. All working families will get the full credit if they make up to $150,000 for a couple or $112,500 for a family with a single parent. $3,000 to $3,600 per family for nearly all working families. $3,000, that's what you just heard. Automatic monthly payments starting in July. Also, if you have not filed your taxes, because that's how they were going to be doing it, well, you can go and register for the benefits where you didn't file. So, what does that even mean? If you don't pay taxes, and they were saying it's because they don't make enough money. I get that. So, if they don't make enough money, the government typically gives you a credit anyways. But now you're getting a credit upon your credit. It's just ridiculous. I'm not going to say these people do nothing. Everyone is a functioning member trying to do their best in society. I'm going to argue that. Sometimes it's easier said than done. Yes, we have plenty of people who have their own demons, including myself. Everyone has demons of some sort. And it can be hard to be a functioning member of society. But the problem is, if you just give people money, that doesn't make them a functioning member of society. You become functioning by working, providing some sort of value, whether it's through hard work, skilled labor, whatever it is. But you have to be doing something. I do think it's somewhat fair to argue there's plenty of parents out there who they're doing an incredible job of being a parent, and being a parent doesn't get you money. And although I don't think it's the government's job to come in and be the payer of parents, as if being a parent is a job that you should be paid for, I do think being a parent is something that you should take on as a responsibility when you have other responsibilities in your life taken care of, like the responsibility to make sure you can care for yourself before a child. But do people not get? It sounds great. We all can just get about $300. I shouldn't say we all, but all working families can get $300 about per month per child. Cool. Over enough time, that $300, because you keep printing it for all these families, or you print it or tax it. You borrow it from China and then we get taxed. Either way, it's coming out of your pocket through inflation, because money isn't worth as much, and so prices have to go up because you have to pay more money to get the same amount of goods and value for that money because it's not worth as much, or you lose more money because they find other taxes to tax you for, and yeah, they're giving you $600, but they'll probably end up taking $800 at the end of the year because they find another taxes to give you. No matter what, it's the middle class and the impoverished that will suffer from stuff like this. They make it seem like it's going to be great. I'm telling you, things like this have been tried before. Go and look up some history. Look at where money has just been given to people and see what happens over enough time. It's not a grand utopia where everyone just has pockets full of money. You know what? They might have pockets full of money, but they might have to burn it or use it as toilet paper because it's better to use it as toilet paper than go and spend it. Wanna know why? Because it's more valuable as toilet paper than money. Buy some Bitcoin. I mean, I can't give you real financial advice, but look into cryptocurrencies. Do some research on other things that are going on in society. Do not just believe everything you hear on the internet. Don't believe just me. Listen to so much. Do a crap ton of research because it's becoming increasingly important to be an aware, responsible human being nowadays. I would show you this video, but it's just Biden talking and everything. Don't support these kinds of policies. I know it sounds like you should, because it's nice, it might even benefit you right now, but learn that these policies will be better for no one. They're going to make everything worse, including your life, including my life, and everyone who is not one of the elites already. Because yeah, if you have enough money, it doesn't matter if it starts losing its value. You can buy all the assets you want. But if you cannot afford assets like land and houses and Bitcoin and other things that actually will hold value, well, you're going to be left holding the bag when inflation comes, when your taxes go up, and all these policies that are being pushed through now explode in our faces. That's all I have for this video, but if you like it, leave a like. If you don't like it, dislike it. I don't really care. Leave me a comment. Tell me I'm stupid and that giving money to people is going to be the greatest thing that's ever happened. Who knows? Again, I am the progressive conservative because I believe we can make progress through the conservation of our liberal ideas. Thank you, and have a good day.